Hello from 16 Valver. Welcome to the chilliest day of the year. So what's in store for episode I've lost the feeling in all my fingers? Well, we are going to try and get the fluid and filters changed, and then the main task is trying to root out the evil, which is this misfire. So I'm going to go down the classic Haynes manual route, which would be doing the HT leads first. And if that doesn't cure it, then we've got spark plugs and then we've got ignition coil. So we'll see if we can get that done this episode. So first things first is go inside and get warm with a nice cup of tea. No, first things first is get the bonnet open and then let's get this thing cracking. Okay, so first things first, I am going to need, I don't know what that would be, 8 mils probably, to take off the plastic cover to get to the HTs. Shine some light down there, first time I'm seeing it as well. There's a little bit oily there. Yeah, that's oil. A little bit of oil leaking from that, obviously from the cam cover gasket, I would have thought. But you know, I mean, for the age, fully expecting things like that. Oh look, these are numbered. Is that? Do you think that's going to be motorcraft stuff? I reckon it will be. But okay, right. Let's get these out. Get them in order and get them changed over. Oh. Welded on. Okay. And just as a matter of course, I will actually be changing the spark plugs, but I wanted to see whether this is the cause of the misfire. First of all, ignition leads courtesy of Haynes. Not sponsored. One. Stick the cover back on. Take it for a test drive. Okay, I'm not that far away from the house, so not really had a sort of a chance to see whether it's actually misfiring properly or not. Let's put it in a low gear. And you obviously can't. You probably can't really appreciate it from here. I don't think it's misfiring. It is feeling better. Let's go for a slow, we'll go down to 30. Right, 5th gear, foot down. I'll tell you what, this would have been popping and banging like a putty grey RS3, but it's not. That was as smooth as you like. Oh. That was weird. That just did the. That wasn't exactly the tightest of right hand bends. That just did the stalling problem, which is a completely different thing to what I'm doing here. No misfire. Oh. No, I can feel it. Yeah, I could. Under full load there in third, I could feel it. I could feel it. It's definitely smoothed it out more. Oh yeah, I can feel it now. Okay, all right. So it's not cured it. I mean, it has smoothed it a little bit, but it's not cured it. Back to base, and Dr. Haynes in his manual hopefully will has prescribed spark plugs next, so we'll do spark plugs. Here's another round of taking off the cam cover gasket, and it revealed obviously 4 spark plugs that were very knackered, 3 and 4 being the worst culprits. 3 had actually cracked as I was trying to get it out, and 4 was just gunked in oil, obviously because of that leaking cam cover gasket. Anyway, fresh NGKs go in and torqued up to spec, should be alright. All neat and tidy, ready to come off again in 10 minutes. It's the ignition coil. Right, so here we are, back at it for the third and hopefully final time. Good luck with that. Ignition coil. It's here. Nice. It's actually easy to get to, so let's whip this off. It goes now. Oh, well, I mean, what do you expect at the end of the day? Oh, it even has the firing order on it. Look, bless you, Motorcraft. There you go, original. Third time's a charm. Okay, so I don't think always hard to tell. I know that seems a bit odd when it's been so obvious having a misfire, but now I know that all 3 of those things are done, and it's eliminated the judder from very low speed. So I'm in third at the moment, doing just over 20. Put my foot hard down. Now it would have been popping and banging. It's definitely not doing that, and it's actually very, very smooth. Let's go. Second gear pull away. It's there. It's about 3,000 revs, and you can hear the cabin judder. I'll tell you what, I think it's eliminated everything else. Everything else actually feels really good. But I'm beginning to wonder whether it's even a misfire now at those revs, or if it's more engine mounts, something like that, where it's actually a vibration from something other than the actual engine. Could this still have something to do with the stalling issue going to the right? I probably need to plug it in to see if there's any fault codes. I know I should have done this ages ago. Plug it in, see what it says. Oh, sorry. Just trying anything at the moment because all the parts that I put in there didn't make a blind bit of difference to the misfire. It still seems to have this from about 2,500 to 4,000 revs. It's either a really, really bad vibration or it is a misfire. It's very difficult to know exactly what it is. Seeing as I've changed most of the ignition system, now I'm wondering what it is. So it's been about a week or so since all that happened. I dug out my trusty OBD2 that I'm going to plug in. Should have done this ages ago, shouldn't I? I know, naughty. I'm going to plug it in, find out what the codes are, and then go from there. Can't do much else really apart from try and exorcise the demons, I don't know, holy water or something like that. But let's do this first, I think. Right, well, I would have shown you the codes, but I inadvertently erased them before actually putting them on the camera. So, thankfully though, I took a picture. Either way, it shows it's a P0321 code, which is ignition, distributor, engine, speed, input, circuit range, and performance. It appears to be camshaft or crankshaft position sensor to orientated, a problem around there. Now, typically this doesn't just mean that the sensor's gone, because it says on here, so symptoms of the P0321 engine code may include malfunction indicator light on, which it's had, engine cranks but will not start, that's been fine, misfire, hesitation, stumble, lack of power. So that's what we've been getting and still get. Probably go straight to the horse's mouth, I think, and go for a look at the sensors, because they're the first things. Obviously the wiring around it as well, just to see whether that's knackered or frayed or broken or you know, anything like that at all. But let's have a look at the sensor and see if there's a problem. Go from there. Okay, so crankshaft position sensor in a very easy accessible place to get to, right at the front of the engine. All the wiring looks pretty good, there's no corrosion or fraying or anything. So really it was onto the position sensor itself, 8mm socket required. And what I found when I actually got it out was it was roosted, absolutely knackered, frayed wires. It looked terrible. No wonder it was stalling so bad. So a quick trip to the motor factors, local motor factors, got myself a new one, and while I was there I also picked up a camshaft position sensor as well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Where we're at. So, new one installed. Let's get this back on. Okay, so that's all secure. Proof of the pudding's in the driving. 5th time lucky. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I forgot about the right hand turn problem. I forgot about our stalling problem. Has this cured it? You know what, that completely that completely went out of my mind. All I'm bothered about at the moment is this whole misfire thing, and I completely forgot about the fact it conks out when you turn right. Well, let's have a look then. Let's see whether, because it would do it everywhere and anywhere. Oh, I tell you what, I think this might have done it. Problem with country lanes, when it's a bit damp, wintry, a bit muddy on the road, you just can't fling it anywhere. I mean, the old Kazakhstan remolds, it's fighting me all the way. I can't wait to get some really good rubber on this car. Because this stuff is horrendous. Right, second gear. I don't know if it translates. Actually, it's coming through into the cabin, the vibration, because of a few things that are knocking around in the door cards and stuff like that, and this door card is loose. It's really vibrating. I don't know if you pick it up on the camera so well, but See, once you're going, even like third gear there, usually, if you're just putting foot right there, that's 2.5, 3. I don't know, it's a little bit hit and miss. Once you're on a flat road, that's where it really comes out. Even with a misfire though. Well, hello. Remolds! Oh, I've got to get rid of these remolds. They are going to fling me into a bush somewhere. Brown trousers time. Oh, that vibration that's still there. Right there, that's the sweet spot of it. All right, well, what's next? I think I'm going to have to concede defeat on this one. For the most part, it's cleared a lot of stuff up. So what have we actually done? We'll go through it. We've done HTs, spark plugs and ignition core. The HTs and the spark plugs instantly cleared up the horrible popping and banging that this car was afflicted with. Really, really bad in sort of when you're bogged down, low gears, trying to put your foot down, it would just really, really pop and bang. So that's cleared that up, which is great. It's a hell of a lot smoother. So then we tried the crankshaft position sensor, which has been brilliant because all of a sudden it's transformed the car back to something you can actually punt around and use, because it eliminated the horrible stalling when you were turning right. So that's great, and I'm very, very happy about that. But changing that camshaft position sensor, it was a shot in the dark. It was only 20 quid, something like that, from Euro parts, and it didn't do it. Okay, so where are we then? Well, we still have the vibration misfire. See, I don't want to say it's definitely a misfire because it might not be. It's more of a vibration now, I think, than anything else. From around 2,500 revs to 4,000. So I think what's next is I'm going to have to get it booked in with someone who actually is a bit more experienced than me with these things, and go from there. And of course I will update you with whatever the findings are. Just put in the comments what you think it might be. Now we've gone through all these different things, what do you think it might be? Do you think it's still something related to the engine? Do you think it's a vibration coming from the engine mounts? Is it possibly the transmission, the drive shaft, something like that that's not quite right? Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll be getting this booked in, and as soon as I know, or as soon as they know, as soon as then I know, I'll let you know. But thanks for joining me. Not the greatest episode, I'm afraid, ending on a bit of an Empire Strikes Back sort of vibe, but you know, we've got the Return of the Jedi, so hopefully we'll have a good outcome at the end. Thanks for watching.